Welcome everyone, Danilo Jokanovic here with the Betsy Wong team at Remax Escarpment, and I'm here to give you guys a little bit of a background on exclusive listings, what makes them good and what makes them not so good, and also what our opinion is being in this business around real estate exclusive listings. So let's get started. First, we're going to talk about sort of the background, what happened in real estate listings about 150 years ago. So agents would come together and share what properties they had for sale, and hopefully another agent would bring a buyer. That's the earliest form of cooperation between competitors, right? So even though we're competing, you're bringing me a buyer, and next time I'll help you out. So that was the earliest sort of form of cooperation. Since then, we've had significant improvements in technology, of course, with computers and the internet. And as technology improved, this ability to share information sort of expanded, and what was created was the MLS across all across the world. Multiple MLSs in different cities and countries just means multiple listing services. And this is really sort of one place where, instead of me going around knocking on doors, talking to agents that I know and work with, I'm putting it out there on the internet and really trying to market your listings to multiple agents and multiple buyers. So for example, Toronto, the MLS in Toronto shared over 52,000, I think it's even more agents that all have access to a private database on MLS, which gives them more information, but also more importantly, the consumers have access to realtor.ca and all the share websites, like for example, remax.ca, where people will go on to search for homes. And to a little surprise, most properties in Toronto advertised unsold on MLS with the help of two agents. So it'll be myself listing your property for sale, marketing it to as many people as I possibly can, thousands of agents, thousands of buyers, booking showings and pricing it well to buyers who will then come see your home and put in and generate offers. And usually it's between two agents. For our team, I would say easily 1 out of 20 transactions will be done where we represent both the buyer and the seller. So quite rare. That leads us to another way of selling your home, which is through exclusive listings. So when some agents go out and they specifically sort of try and market exclusive listings, say, I'll sell your home exclusively. There's lots of benefits. So what we're going to go through today is understanding what it is and what the benefits and drawbacks is. An exclusive listing is when a seller enters into an agreement with a brokerage, but the listing did not appear on the MLS. So on the top form of your listing agreement, you'll see here, you're going to have where it says exclusive, and you're going to have where it also says MLS and exclusive. So normally when we list for MLS, we'll check off this box, you'll initial it, it'll go in MLS, but exclusive listings, same form, you'll just initial right here where it says exclusive, okay? Refer to them, some people refer to them also as pocket listings. Now, when do they make sense? Right? So exclusive listings do make sense in some cases, and also we'll go through those pros as well as to when they make sense. If speed is more important to you than the price, so you have an agent who already has a buyer teed up, you don't have to list it, you don't have to have a showing period, they already have someone, they want to pay X for your home, specific price, and you're okay with it, you're good, boom, sold. You're done. You don't have to worry. It's sold really fast. Exclusive listings are excellent where you need to sell your homes fast and you're not as worried about the price. Not saying that they're not going to sell any slower on MLS, but you sort of have a guaranteed buyer who's ready to buy your home. Next, so the seller and the agent want to keep the home off of MLS. Unlike Vegas, where what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, MLS does, keep a memory of what happened. We will be able to, agents can see on MLS and see when a home was listed, when it was taken down, how long it was in the market. There's always a record of it, and it tells a story to future buyers, potentially impacting the value of your home. Sometimes sellers want to test the price, see what they can get, and usually they want to test it a lot higher than what comparables are worth. So they want to shoot a price that's really high and see whether or not they're going to get a buyer. So that's pretty much another reason why exclusive listings might be good is you want to sort of keep it off the record. Kind of going on with the keeping it off the record, it's also better for privacy and for you restricting access to your home. Nosy neighbors are an unfortunate side effect of putting your home out on MLS, getting your pictures out there. They can, can even come through open houses. We often meet lots of people in the neighborhood when we host open houses. Some people, actually don't want their neighbors to know their house is for sale. It might be a divorce. You might be a president of a big company, and you might have gotten fired and it hasn't been announced yet, and you're moving companies. Also famous people. I'm assuming, when Drake sells his home, it may not be on MLS. Famous people sell their homes too, and they don't want us necessarily going through them. When the property is listed in MLS, it must be available to be shown to prospective buyers. Okay, when it's exclusive, you don't have to make it available. People want to restrict access, can still have their property for sale without daily visits to would-be buyers. So privacy and restricting showings, good benefit of exclusive listings. Now, what are the downsides? So what goes up must come down. So we're going to go through some downsides that we think are detrimental and why we choose not to do exclusive listings unless specifically requested by our clients. Big one, true market value. It's only really determined when you market your home and expose it to the most amount of buyers. Exclusive listings reduce the chance of cooperation. That's when one agent represents the buyer and another represents the seller. If the buyer and seller are represented by the same person, the agent stands to make a greater commission. But did the exclusive listing really bring the highest price for the seller? You are dipping into the pool of contacts and prospects that your agent has, which I will guarantee will not be as high as the reach that we have in MLS and the thousands of both agents and consumers that get access to your listing, all the international websites that they get populated into. Next up, another drawback is that often the biggest winner of an exclusive listing is the real estate agent. Okay, exclusive listings significantly reduce the chance of that cooperation that we talked about. So if the buyer and seller are presented by the same person, the agent stands to make greater commission. But the question is, did it really bring in the highest price for you again? In some cases, the agent might be able to reduce the commission somewhat, but it'll likely still be, the point around whether or not it brought in the highest price when not getting that maximum exposure. And within that is also, this is a bit of a touchy subject, is who works for whom? Is the listing agent working for the seller, the buyer, or both the seller and the buyer? Did the agent get the highest price? Did the buyer overpay? Are there things about the home and neighborhood that an agent working for the buyer and not necessarily the seller might discover? So trust me when I say it might get messy. You are always going to have that question of, is the agent representing you or the buyer that they're bringing? Because, if I approach you and I say, let me sell your home exclusively, I have a buyer for you. I have a relationship with that buyer. I've been looking for homes for them for a long time. Am I going to so I'm in a position where when I bring that buyer to you, are they overpaying or are you getting less than what your home is worth? And again, hard to answer that question, which is why, it makes sense to have an agent represent you and to your greatest benefit, and have the buyer's agent do so as well, which is why cooperation works really well and it keeps things nice and clean, not messy. Pretty much our opinion is that in most situations, unless it's a specific situation, it's always beneficial to the seller to list their home on the open market. So if you guys are wondering what to do in your situation, you can give us a call anytime. And once again, I'm Danilo with the Betsy Wong team at RE/MAX Escarpment. You can get a hold of us at 905-984-9798, direct cell phone line to Betsy, or myself at 905-464-7308. Hopefully everybody has an amazing Canada Day weekend. Stay safe, enjoy some fireworks, and we'll see you guys very soon. Take care, everyone.